All
Yep.
right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, former Pirate reliever. He is Danny Beal. DB, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Clipper? How are we?
Hey, doing great. Enthralled with all the hoops and enjoying some Pirate blowout midweek baseball victories as well. And good grief, Danny, that was just incredible to watch and follow. And you can poo-poo the opponents all you want, but just take a look around America at what happens during the midweek. And I'm very happy with midweek wins. Much less midweek blowouts. So how about what the Pirates were able to do this week against ODU and William and Mary?
Yeah, back to backs, especially when you go home then road, are always tough, and to have that kind of showing offensively was very impressive. I thought it was really cool to watch, just from the aspect of Parker getting a hit too as well. But that was a full team effort all week, especially on spring break when you don't have school. It's going to be hard not to focus on other stuff, but they did a good job of dialing in and doing a good job of taking care of business.
And the lack of pitchers used, Danny, is huge in a 5 game week. You feel like you got a pretty good arsenal for Penn coming up this weekend too, right?
Yeah, no, that's always big. It sounds weird to say, but like the least amount of arms you can use throughout the middle of the week to save them for the bigger weekend series, obviously, is always important, as you guys know. So always big to be able to do that in non-conference play.
Danny Beal joining us. Danny's name still mentioned a lot. I was watching Coastal and ECU Sunday at tiebreakers with Mully, and I don't know what inning, maybe fourth or fifth inning. Mully said Danny Beal would have already thrown 27 innings this weekend if he was on the roster. But Pirates kind of still looking for answers, and I think finding some answers out of the bullpen right now. So, how about this pitching staff overall? Gavin Van Kempen's been phenomenal. We're still waiting on kind of All American Norby to show up. Man, Kobe Weber has got a very bright future. So happy with the starters. How about the rest of the pitching unit here?
Yeah, it's early. You're still I kind of mentioned it. I feel like a couple weeks ago when we talked. You're still determining roles as a reliever this early on, and guys will settle in. You've seen it with guys like Sean and other fellows like that, where they've really shined and worked their way. And I know Gavin Marley had a big outing the other day to kind of get his feet back under him after a couple of rough ones in a row as well. So it's been cool to see those guys compete, and especially in those big moments. The better teams you can play earlier in the year, that will help you later down the road when you're in big moments, and in June and in May, and in games that are really mattering in terms of deciding your season. So it's cool to see those guys compete, and they'll continue to work on it. They'll continue to get better as the year goes on, as they always do, especially in the bullpen. And I'm glad that they're spreading the wealth around a little bit, not just relying on two or three guys.
Danny, we sit here in mid March. I've already given up on the team twice. Happened after the Friday night game against North Carolina, then after Friday and Saturday against Coastal, and both times the Pirates bounced back in big ways. And really, that Coastal series could have gone either way, Friday or Saturday, but the reality is it went their way and not our way. But a great response. And I don't know. I don't think this team needs to have their back to the wall to play well. But you can speak to it, man. So many games, so many practices, bullpens, everything that you guys have to stay all in no matter what the results are. But, man, it's great to see them bounce back when they do face a little adversity.
Yeah, you and everybody else that doubts them are morons. I want to say that first and foremost. I'm going to channel my inner CG. Like, you've seen it, like as bad as it was last year at some points. Like, the fact that that locker room is as good as it is now, even better than it was last year, from what Coach Godwin has said. Like, there's never going to be a point in time where they're not going to show up on any given day, no matter how bad or how good they look the day prior. So it goes to show, like, after those Carolina games, after those Coastal games, when you're playing really good teams, both of those games being on the road or at neutral sites, like, it's big to see them come out and really put their foot on the gas and try to come back. And Sunday was great, obviously, at Coastal, and they will continue to do that. There will be slip ups, as all of the great teams, as I played on, and all the great players I played with. If it will happen, it's baseball. That's why it's the greatest sport ever. But it is a testament of a really good team to be able to fight back and bounce back, especially on the weekend.
Danny Beal joining us. Danny, Pirates need to keep racking up some wins. And next week you got Elon, and then conference play begins with UAB. And how about the week after that? Duke midweek, UTSA. early in the conference season on the road. So that's going to be a monster week for East Carolina. I know it's day to day, game to game, but I don't know. Do you ever catch yourself kind of looking at the schedule, looking ahead as a player? Did you ever do that?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't. No, it's not necessarily looking at like ahead, but it's almost like you're circling games on the calendar. Like we would always look forward to the state midweek games. Obviously, when we started playing Carolina in a weekend series, that was always a blast. But I feel like the coaches and the players do a really good job of understanding like it's the next game. We don't have enough talent. We're not, the LSU's and the UCLA's of the world where we can just kind of roll the balls out and play, which is I think exact same way Coach Godwin would want it. I don't think he'd have it any other way. So to be able to have that mentality of it doesn't really matter who we're playing. We're playing against ourselves is really important, and they've embodied that so far.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up too with Penn coming in this weekend. Not a great record. It's weird because their first two games of the year, they lost 1-0 and 2-1 to Texas A&M, and game three was 7-1, and it wasn't anything crazy. So you got to feel pretty good coming out of that weekend at College Station, but they've only been able to win 2 games since then. So they come in with a bad record. I feel like in basketball and football, it's a little easier to overlook an opponent than baseball because baseball, you never know with the pitcher on the mound and everything. So, what's it like as a player facing a team with a bad record? You're still challenging yourself, playing against yourself, as you said a moment ago, right?
You got to kind of not even realize that. I mean, I J-Dub and I both played with a couple guys that played for Penn in summer ball a few years ago, and they're like they've made regionals. They took Auburn to the brink last year, or I guess 2 years ago in their regional. Like they're a really good team, and I think no matter what jersey the other person's wearing, whether it's like you said A&M or whether it's whatever school, like you have to take everybody the exact same because everybody has a guy out of the bullpen. Everybody has a really good Friday night starter.
Yeah.
Everybody has a really good 2 or 3 hole hitter. Like those things, if you lapse in the details, will come back to hurt you, and that is the difference between hosting a regional and being a 2 or 3 seed on the road in June.
Danny Beal joining us, and Danny, looking forward to seeing these young arms grow for East Carolina. What role does AK play in that? How does he take a guy year one and turn him into a stud year 2, year 3, year 4? What's the secret sauce in that with Austin Knight?
There's not necessarily a secret sauce. It's just the fact that he's just a really good coach. And to be a really good coach, you have to recruit really good players, which is also a testament to the job that him and Coach Palumbo have done, and the fact that having a former player like Jake on staff with the pitching side of it, obviously with Pack and Franny on the other side on offense. You have guys that have been in the fight as of late. Obviously, Coach G, Palumbo or JP, and AK have been playing before, but having guys that played and wore the purple and gold is a big deal. And having it be on either side of the ball with AK, it is so much fun to watch these guys and see them develop because he has gotten, and you can see ever since he started in 22, for each year he's developed a stud. Trey was a prime example of it. Shank, all those guys, and now you're seeing it with transfers like GVK and other guys, and it's really fun to watch. And he's when Coach G says it, he means it, and he's right. He is the best pitching coach in the country.
Danny Beal joining us. Danny, I wish the World Baseball Classic would start a week or two earlier because I'm in hoops mode watching every conference tournament these last couple of weeks. How much of the World Baseball Classic have you watched?
I've watched a ton. It was funny. We had a staff meeting the other day, at where I work at, and our boss was talking about, our GM was talking about how he's like, you guys need to like be able to almost like a Coach Godwin speech of like, you need to watch these games and know what's going on to have like a feel of the game and be able to understand like baseball culture and stuff like that. And then that night they lost to Italy, and it was like a nice jinx. But no, it's been a blast, and I think this is like a little nerd in me, but they scheduled it out perfectly, Clip, to where the semifinals and finals are Monday and Tuesday this or next week,
Okay,
and then
beautiful.
you roll right into March Madness. It's perfect.
All right, I'm down with that for sure. And the Americans advance. When do they play again, Danny? Is it tonight or
Tonight at
tomorrow?
8.
Okay,
Logan Webb versus Mike Soroka. They're playing Canada,
Mike
and they will.
Soroka. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I used him in my immaculate grid yesterday. That was a pretty good pull. But they're playing Canada, and then they play the winner of, I believe, Korea and the Dominican, which will be fun because the Dominicans, dude, they can freaking mash.
Any worry about Canada getting revenge after the hockey win we had in the Olympics?
Well, the good thing is they don't have the 1 and 2 best players in their respective sport on
All
Canada,
right.
so I think we'll be in good shape. I sure hope so, because if we lose to Canada, that'd be quite embarrassing.
How cool was it to see Zach Agnos sit down? I sent him a text. Thank you for your disservice to our country. And he said, "Hey, when my name is called, I will perform my duty." And he sat down. What was it? Harper, Judge, Schwarber.
Judge, yeah.
How
He
about that?
I it's like it's not hard to watch. It's funny to watch him like as he gets these guys out. Like I think he had a get over on Judge's ball when he got him out, and it was like seeing him stand next to Judge, and I'd be like it's like I don't know how you're just not like smiling, like looking around, and be like, I just got Aaron Judge out. Like he's playing the big, so it's a little bit different from his perspective, but it is so cool to have see him have success against guys like that.
Danny, you been gambling on any hoops? You been watching any college basketball?
Trying to stay away. I'm advising guys on in my office, where the office, as you can imagine, during conference tournament week when games start around lunch
Yeah.
has been a madhouse. It's been a little casino in there almost. But no, it's been fun to watch. It's been cool. I went to the Carolina game last night. I caught the back half of the Duke game at the Spectrum Center, and
Nice.
then saw the Carolina game, which was cool. But no, it's the best week. This feast week and then the first weekend of March Madness. It's so much fun, man.
No doubt. Do you have? Are you ready to write a team on the final line next week, or do you need to see the pairings and matchups and everything?
I have two futures on Michigan and Florida.
Oof.
So Michigan's
Okay.
chalky, but I really like Florida, man. If they make threes, they're going to be so tough to beat. They're experienced. They got a really good coach. Like they're just if that is the catalyst. If they can make threes, if they can shoot 30% from three any given game, they're not going to lose.
I went a little Big 12 crazy. I take Houston every year, so I got a future on them, but
As you should. As you should.
also Arizona, and I feel better about Arizona maybe than the Cougs. So we'll see
Tonight's
what
going to be a good
happens.
game. They play Iowa
Yeah,
State. That'll be a good matchup.
yeah, and so are they going away with the? Are they keeping the LED cord? I guess they're keeping it for the rest of this tournament, or are they getting rid of it? I heard today that they are getting rid of it.
I
What do you
have
think?
not been on the Twitter machine today, so that is news to me. Although it has been very funny to see them like mess with it, and like they were making jokes like last week about how some dude would like hack it and start playing like 2K during the game and just like
Yeah.
mess with the players on the court. But no, I thought it was a cool aspect, and there's health benefits to it as well. I heard like the shock absorbance is better than a hardwood floor or something like that. But it's something new. It's crazy. It's cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Danny Beal joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. DB, enjoyed it. Let's catch up in a week or two and reconvene, and we'll talk some conference Pirate baseball as we get ready for American play. But appreciate you joining us today, man.
Yeah, no problem. I'm excited, and I'm actually wanted to shout out Brandon Golden as well. He's still doing a show and doing a great job. But there's a few of us, me, Garrett Sale, and a couple other guys that are doing some remote pitching stuff with him. So any of the folks in Greenville that wanna get up with Sailor and I want to do some lessons or other stuff like that,
Nice.
please reach out. But we're excited, and hopefully we can get some of the kiddos in Pirate Nation better.
How'd they get up with you, Danny?
You can reach me on Instagram. You could, I'm sure there's a bunch of folks that have my phone number. And there's other ways too. You
Yeah,
could
if
probably
you
come to the Pirate
contact,
Radio studio.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say contact Pirate Radio, and we'll hook you up
yeah,
as well. That's cool, man. Good luck with that.
yeah. It's exciting stuff, especially with BG and Sailor. So it'll be cool. But excited to get started with those guys.
Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, Patriots free agency. Any splashes? Anything you like, dislike?
I Dobbs is fine. I mean, I
Yeah,
there's a couple defensive guys that I've been upset about losing. Chase on was tough to the Commanders. You'll like him a lot. I'm trying to think of who else. I would really.
they
I
lose
I
Diggs. Do you care about that?
I initially thought that he like lied about something in regards to his lawsuit or whatever, but apparently it was just a salary dump, which it is what it is. But
Yeah,
I think, at least I think, I hope Dobbs isn't the replacement for him. But I think at this stage it's going to be tough to get a fair trade with the Eagles for AJ. But
yeah.
I just think Howie's just going to put us in a body bag and he's going to make us give us like 3 firsts or something crazy like that. But I would be cool with AJ Brown, and there's some other stuff. But overall, not bad. I'm ready to see what they do in training camp.
All right, and Tatum is back, so maybe another
Oh,
second
so
string
awesome, man.
for Danny
God,
Beal.
it's so awesome. They're so much fun to watch. Last night was a tough
DB,
loss.
appreciate it, dude. We'll check in with you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Clipper.